As so you've all observed, never a dull moment with our group. So we have Hailey and Madison here. We'll take any questions you guys have.
Hailey, you all held them to 20% in the first quarter. I guess what was the key to how you guys came out defensively tonight?
Yeah, I think we were just disruptive. If you let Utah run their offense, they're very smooth. They know what they're doing. They know who's getting the shots. So we had to be disruptive, or they would have just hit shots and done whatever they wanted all night. So I thought we did a good job playing physical and setting the tone and not letting them get the shots for the people they wanted.
You guys have had teams really push you hard in the fourth quarter the last couple of games. How do you stay locked in and focused when teams start to get hot, or maybe you're getting to the free throw line quite a bit? How do you kind of maintain that focus?
Yeah, I think we have to do a little bit better job of not letting teams come back in the second half. But I feel like all of us know what it takes to win games, so we have to play the whole 40 minutes. So I feel like it's not hard for us to stay locked in. Sometimes we do have goals coming out of halftime, but that's something that we can definitely grow in. And, I mean, we got the dub, so.
Hailey, tonight was a pretty high-intensity Big 12 game. What's kind of been your impression of Big 12 play so far?
It's unique. It's not like any other conference I played in, which I have pretty much every conference to pull from. It's unique. You know, you really have to get a feel for who the reffing crew is, how they want to call it. But I like playing in it. I think it's fun. I think it allows for skilled players to thrive. I think that, you know, there's a good balance of physicality and finesse. So I'm enjoying it. I think that the Big 12 is a really talented conference, and I'm excited to keep playing.
The two of you and Sedona were really important in that fourth quarter after Utah got to within 6 or maybe even 5. Just when it gets to that point in the fourth quarter, Coach Campbell said you guys are going to take this team as far as it can go. What's your mindset when you know that you have to go out and make a play?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all want to be in the big moments and shine when the lights are on. So I feel like our team, they trust us in those big moments, and we just have to go out there and perform for them. I mean, they do a great job helping us in other areas. So when that's the moment that we need to step up, I mean, I feel like all three of us will do so.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, like you said, it's just that one of us three has to go make a play. It's not that one of us three has to go score. We have the luxury of having very talented teammates around us. So, you know, I can go make a play for you for sure. That's not too much to ask. And I think, you know, having Madison and Sedona out there, even Aggie and Donna, like people who you can kick to for shots, you know, it's a luxury, and I think that we're using it very well.
Every time you guys step on the floor right now, it feels like you have a chance to make history for TCU in this program. As you look at, you know, whether it was a year and a half ago or a few months ago, how this program has changed and grown, what does that make you feel is one of the main contributors to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I came here when it was a 1-17 program. I came with Mark, and kind of just pride. Like, I feel like we have a lot of pride behind this program, and we know that it's going to be a great program for many, many years. So I think setting that foundation and just knowing that everybody's kind of watching us, and we're going to, like, just setting the tone every single game. So I feel like it's super exciting to be a part of. I mean, TCU has never done this in a long time, so I think it's just super exciting to continue to keep breaking milestones, and we have a great group doing so it's super fun.
Hailey, you mentioned Donovan Hunter a minute ago. She's hit, I think, 4 of her last 6 threes over the last 2 games. Just talk about her growth this year and how important she is to the team.
Yeah, I mean, Dono is our little baby. She's the youngest on the team, and I've really been happy with her growth and her perseverance. You know, she didn't start the season off shooting the ball great, but she hasn't let that stop her. She's been in the gym working on it. You know, our teammates have done a good job of building her up and encouraging her to keep shooting. And, you know, kudos to her for having the courage and the guts to keep stepping up and knocking them down. We know she's capable of that. She knows she's capable of that. So we're just going to keep uplifting her, and she'll keep performing for us.
This week, the NCAA announced that they'll be paying out shares for wins in the tournament like the men have been doing for years. Sedona Prince was obviously a big part of shining a light on the inequality in those 2 tournaments. For you guys as players, money obviously doesn't necessarily affect you directly, but knowing that women's basketball is starting to gain traction and footing and be rewarded, you've both been a part of that. How does it feel to be part of not just making history at TCU, but in the sport as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's almost like an exhausting fight. Like it's sad to hear like that just is happening now, and you kind of are like frustrated with it, but at the same time, like it's progress, and Sedona has fought for it really hard. Like she's been a huge piece of it, and you know that's not something that she has to do. Like she does that for the goodness of all female athletes, and so you know that's incredible for her and says a lot about her as a person. But at the same time, you know, we're confident in the product that we put out on the floor, and we know that we're worth watching, and we know that we're capable of bringing money in, and so we're just waiting for the rest of the world to catch up.
On a positive note, Nat, and Rivals kicked off tonight. You both have talked about your desire to play at the next level. When you see a league like that with that type of funding that's paying those types of salaries, how excited does it give you to have more opportunities stateside to play?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, a lot of WNBA players have had to go overseas to make money for the past however long it's been a thing. So I think that's super exciting. You're able to stay in the States, be around family, and play with a whole bunch of amazing people, and just not just with your WNBA roster, but also play with other people who you play against during the season. So I think it's awesome, and I think it's growing the sport a lot more because people are paying attention to it, and yeah, it's a great growth for the game.
Madison, you obviously know how to let opponents know that you're there with your three-point shooting, but I've noticed that you've got a pretty strong trash-talking game as well.
Whoa!
So I know it's all
Wait,
good,
do you have
good fun, and
examples?
it's all within the fun of the sport, but just how did you develop that? And
I don't even
how
talk
much-
any trash. So.
But just how much, when you're starting to get into a rhythm, do you start to feel that aspect of the game as well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we have a lot of energy as a team. So when I knock a few down to your face, I mean, it's kind of fun to talk a little trash. Like, you didn't read the scouting report? Like, come on. I can shoot the ball a little bit. So I think that's kind of a fun thing that we kind of I think we all chip in a little bit. So I think we're having fun out there. So I think that's the main thing. I mean, when you're having fun playing basketball, you kind of just let loose. I mean, I used to just knock down a shot, just run back. Like last year, they'd be like, "Can you celebrate?" Like now I celebrate a little bit more when I hit a shot, sometimes a little too much. But I think it's just because we're having fun. So, yeah.
Any final questions for these two?
Big game coming up against Oklahoma State on the road. How can you take some lessons from your first few Big 12 road games into Wednesday's contest?
Yeah, I mean, every Big 12 game on the road is going to be a challenge. So we just have to go into their place and play how we did the first 20 minutes of this game. We have to play that for 40, and I don't think we've put together a full 40 minutes we've been talking about. So I think that's something that we can go in there and emphasize. And if we're locked in on the defensive end, I mean, I don't think anybody can hang with us offensively. We have so many talented pieces, and we score like at a crazy rate. So I think if we lock in on the defensive end on the road, that's going to be the biggest thing. So excited to go out there and compete.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a target on our back. You know, we're ranked 10th in the country according to AP. So, you got a target on. Everyone's gonna give you your best shot. Like the best players on the other team, they want to go out and hoop against us. Like that is their WNBA. Like that's their proof that they can go play at the next level if they play well against us. So we know that, and we're gonna match the intensity. I love that. I love when girls think that they can come and score on us like that. It ignites my competitive fire. So you know, we have to be willing to match teams' intensities, and I think so far we have done that, and that's why we've pulled out all those road wins. And you know, Oklahoma State's another one. We got to go play really well. They're a great team, so we're excited for that, and it's an opportunity to prove, you know, why we are who we are.
All right.